Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another exciting episode of Tyron's Garage. Ow! Yep, you guessed it. I'm in my vibes, and we're gonna have ourselves a wonderful episode here today. As always, it's an intuitive episode. I just felt like having a little bit of a wake and bake session. Did a lot of incredible conscious dreaming last night. And I've come to the conclusion that I truly am the custodian of 6.4D New Earth. In a gatekeeper, watcher, way shower kind of way, I have this sort of health and wellness spiritual retreat in 6.4D New Earth in the upper astral middle archetypal realms. And this is a place in which beings who seek enlightenment in life can come and possibly have a genuine mystical transformation or simply experience a respite, sabbatical, or hiatus from whatever cosmic works or ordeals occupy the attention of our guests. It's a beautiful place, and it's very exclusive. However, if you are particularly interested, I'll put you on to the frequency, and you're more than welcome to join. It's a beautiful, beautiful realm. It's oceans, lots of oceans. It's this big central island with a world tree in the middle that allows you to traverse the various dimensional frequencies of 6.4D New Earth. There are beautiful, luscious greenery and wonderful mystical creatures, and there's a water park. There's hiking and zip lining and mountain climbing, and there's like totem pole shamanic dancing circles and group meditation sessions. There's controlled and medicated micro ayahuasca and psilocybin dosages available, including that of LSD and psilocybin, for those of you interested in having an experience that's particularly introspective in that sense. There's all sorts of meditation works to do, a spa, a sauna. It's a beautiful place, so come on down, come through. It's my realm, it's my domain, and as a channel for cosmic light energy in this realm, the work I do in 6.4D New Earth affects the collective here, and if you want to join me, you're more than welcome. This is all something that I've come to terms with rather recently, fortunately as a result of conscious dreaming with the aid of Valerian root and scrupulous documentation of my dreams. I have been able to irrefutably and confidently confirm that I'm a custodian of 6.4D New Earth, and my work in that realm affects this realm, allows me to be a portal and a channel for higher vibrational cosmic energies. It's part of my work as a starseed, although now my starseed has blossomed into the world tree, and that world tree is this beacon for people who want to align themselves with the natural benevolence of the universe. For those of you listening out there who understand what I'm saying and know what I'm making available right now and want to actually come find me, listen to the words I'm saying right now and feel the way I'm making you feel. That feeling, the feeling I'm making you feel right now, hold on to it and think of it before bed. It's your ticket, your astral ley line to my realm, my domain, and it's a place where you can do a lot of incredible things for yourself and have fun. And I hope to see you there. You know, if you're watching this and you manage to meet me in this other dimension of experience, then please let me know whether or not you found me because of this video. I'd love to know. And this is a very new thing for me, not something I've done before. But I hope it translates and comes across as sincere. Alright, you guys. We've got a special guest on the show, Poppy. She's not even in frame. She wasn't even in frame for the whole time I was talking. But there she is. Hi Poppy, how are you, my dear? Well, that's just marvelous, isn't it? She's very happy. I've decided to give her a bit of a watering this morning. Because I usually just let her enjoy the greenhouse effect. Yeah, I usually just let her enjoy the greenhouse effect. My god, the composition of my shot. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, there it is. That's it. That's it. There we are. Look at that. Get that in there, and then I'll be here. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Well, you guys, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about that because it's something that I've been inadvertently investing a lot of time in. It's a whole nother life. It genuinely is a whole other life in a completely new dimension. And the fact that I'm fortunate enough to be able to be conscious of these experiences is honestly magnificent and groundbreaking. It really is, because I don't know if there's anybody out there in the world who shares this experience, but it's like every single night it's the same place. It's my domain. It's the world tree. It's a part of me. It's my formless light body, you know, as just consciousness alone, you know, being manifested in 6.4D New Earth, and this realm as well, as a sort of projection. And I'll actually show you some of the studies I've been working on to validate this. A lot of books and things are being written as I speak right now to give this research more context. But right now I can just tell you that at a certain point doing this kind of work, at least as far as my considered experiences are concerned, I chose this. I chose being a gatekeeper, a watcher, a way shower. I chose this because I knew that the harvest needs to be bigger, and that if I stay a little longer and allow myself to be a channel and a portal, then maybe more fruit can ripen and be collected for the harvest. I hope I'm making sense. Alright, you guys. Oh, I'm going to do audio editing and post-production. I nearly made a very big mess, but it's all good. Alright, you guys. We are 10 minutes and 33 seconds into this particular episode of Tyron's Garage. And yep, you guessed it, I'm in my vibes. Today I spent the opening portion of the episode telling you about a version of planet Earth that exists in 6.4 density, 6.4 vibrational density, New Earth. And it is a realm in which I am fortunately able to be a custodian, a gatekeeper, a watcher, a way shower in these upper astral, middle archetypal realms, as the world tree, and as the gatekeeper, watcher, and portal, and beings from various other star systems all over the numerous galaxies of the cosmos have come to rest and unwind and see what it's like to be a little bit human sometimes. You know, check out the whole Earth life. It definitely feels like that sometimes. I feel like I'm running a freaking like a tourist trap for like what Earth is. If aliens were to visit, it definitely feels like that sometimes. But it's also just a great place to unwind and let go. It resides in 6.4 density New Earth, in direct parallel with this dimension of experience. And I have a drawing that illustrates this quite well, actually. Let me show you. Oh, caffeine, my friend. For those of you who are familiar with the Abraxas, or the Adum Kadman, or this next sequential octave of the vector equilibrium, basically, once your Makava is activated, you're released of the mental and emotional need to reincarnate, except by means of decision, which is the definition of conscious immortality. And I fortunately have been able to create the next sequential octave of the vector equilibrium within myself as a result of deep meditation, which has allowed me to access the hyperverse and hyperspace and multidimensional reality, and be extremely conscious in altered states of consciousness. When it comes to the notion of conscious immortality, it's all about sustained memory. So if you think of, oh, here's some freaking marketing. I'm gonna show you something now, guys. So if you think of a toroidal field, this is a toroidal field, you guys. It's a fundamental geometric image of the universe. And it is indicative of consciousness or awareness because of its self-referencing property. A toroidal field is consciousness and awareness, and you are a psychophysical being. This field, this energy frequency emanates from your heart, up out your crown, back into the root chakra. And it's this spiraling, it spirals up, around, it spirals up, around, and spirals back in, and it all converges at this initial singularity here, which is that spinning, very, 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 very fastly spinning, star tetrahedron. But I'm now talking about the Metatron's cube, which is like the next octave of the star tetrahedron. It's when the zona de pellucida is broken on within the flower of life. If you look at the flower of life image, you'll see it has two membranes on the outside, like a like the shell of an egg that needs to be broken. And once that's broken, then you have the Metatron's cube, the next sequential of the vector equilibrium, which illustrates formless consciousness. Okay, illustrates it illustrates the Adum Kadman, or the Abraxas, or the formless body, or the concept for the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once. Now you see, if this is 6.4D New Earth, this is the physical realm, and this is symbolic of eternity. Now, as I'm aware of the power and presence of eternal cosmic consciousness within myself, right, I'm able to have an entire existence in 6.4 density New Earth, in the upper astral collective consciousness realms of the universe, and in living that life, I'm able to have an effect on the physical realm. And the work I do here in the physical realm, metaphysical practices, writing books, making these videos, talking to you guys and connecting, the work I'm doing in the physical realm is also affecting the work I'm doing in New Earth. And it's all allowing me to be a portal. I'm a portal. I'm channeling cosmic higher vibrational energy from my true self as the power and presence of eternal cosmic consciousness within me through 6.4D New Earth into the physical realm. And if you're looking at this illustration, this is a method I've devised to transcend this dimension of experience entirely. And it's requiring a little bit more research than I have anticipated, but basically this is a means to become conscious in a theta state of consciousness, create a quantum entanglement, and allow your theta form to call an alpha form into the theta, and basically experience a completely new dimension of experience. It's basically a means for me to fuse the physical body with the archetypal body or light body within the archetypal realm, and then becoming fully conscious and aware within the archetypal dimension. However, as part of the contract I've established, I have some work to do before I leave this dimension. Check it out. There's a contract that's blood, and this is a very special contract that basically outlines the fact that as a custodian of New Earth, I have to be this portal. I have to be this channel for higher vibrational energy in the world, and I have to assist in the transcendent ascension of the collective of this planet, and aid in the ushering in of that new paradigm in my unique way, simply by being who I am. This is the mission of the starseeds, after all. This just specifies that I'm allowed, I can take things, I can learn and train and enhance my magical and mystical abilities within 6.4D New Earth, and bring that information to this realm. And I can utilize what I've learned here and bring it to this place, this realm. Like, I can learn specialized meditation and healing techniques, or unique magical rituals and methodologies in 6.4D New Earth, and then do those things here. I've already begun to feel my own magical power increased significantly since electing to do this decision. Originally, I was just gonna leave you guys. I figured out a way to leave this dimension. And I realized that if I were to leave, then I'd be leaving a lot of amazing souls behind. And the Atlanteans, they had the opportunity to leave as well. They could have left, but they saw their brothers and sisters and decided to stay. And when you understand that all minds are individualized expressions of universal mind experience in itself, you realize that all minds, all life is an aspect of your own universal consciousness. And from that perspective, of course they decided to stay. Why would you leave a piece of yourself behind? Yeah. Anyway, part of the contract is like I have to. I can bring things back, and I can share them with people, and I can use this information to assist in the age of Aquarius and in the ever increasing harmonic state Gaia finds gender neutral pronoun in. Anyway, check it out, guys. This is the Dangshine. These are the Dangshine. Okay. This is your upper Dangshine, middle Dangshine, lower Dangshine, also known as root chakra, heart chakra, crown chakra. They have indicative correspondences with Malkuth, Tifereth, and Keter. Also Khonshu, Osiris, and Tehuti. Alright, so these are the nodal points of the toroidal field. This is the heart center, comes up, out through the crown chakra, spins back in through the root, and then back in the heart chakra. And you see how it spins radially outwards like that? That's the formation of the entire universe within you right now. Isn't that magnificent, you guys? It's only light. This reality, this universe you're experiencing, it's composed of conscious light. And the degree to which you're aware of that is extremely empowering. And that's what I'm here to share with you guys. Alright. So just a quick specified thing. Soul is a heart chakra correspondence, and it occurs at Tifereth. Alright? Just making that very, very clear for those of you guys who want to understand a little bit deeper symbolism. Yeah, I had to share that with you guys. Oh, do you want to see some of the cool animals in 6.4D New Earth? That's a 6.4D New Earth elephant. And that's a 6.4D New Earth chicken. There are all sorts of variations of the animals and plants and species we have on this planet in 6.4D New Earth that are just magical. Like picture the creatures from, I want to say Avatar, but not so bioluminescent. Yeah, check this out. This is just an art illustration. It symbolizes the harmony of story. However chaotic a story might seem, it's always going to be harmonious because that is the nature of reality. I'm really enjoying sharing this stuff with you guys this morning. Lots of fun. Alright, you guys, we are gonna toke up here in the show today. We're gonna have a little bit of a wake and bake session. I just woke up myself. I slept so well last night after having some incredible conscious dreams induced by the psychoactive effects of valerian root. I just made myself a lovely valerian tea and smoked some bud, and Honestly, it's delightful. It really is. Oh, it's delightful to be able to be conscious in a realm of experience that I go to every single night. Every single night, guys, I'm doing work in another dimension of experience in 6.4th density New Earth. And as a result of conscious dreaming, I'm able to validate these experiences in more airtight like ways than I have before. Like I'm in a position in which I'm able to take these mystical, magical events and occurrences and substantiate them and validate them scientifically, which is incredible metaphysically speaking, because then it creates an avenue for other people in the world to see the virtue of validating one's own personal experiences within other dimensions of reality. It's an incredible way to learn more about yourself, the deeper aspects of yourself. Ugh. Poppy's just chilling here. I'm having to reach over her, and I don't think she likes it. I apologize, dears. There you go, my love. Is that better? Okay. There we go. How to get the bond. Weave my hand through all the various accoutrements of my altar.
Life needs things to live. So true.
Life needs things to live. Yes. Or as I like to say, existence is consequential to the experience of reality. Living, being, consciousness, it's all synonymous with loving. To be is to love, and to love is to be. I love, therefore I am. I am, therefore I love. Being is loving. Loving is being. This is the way. Do you see? So by the virtue of your very existence, the fact that you are participating in the interchangeable interchangeable nature of existence, integrated nature of existence, the fact that you are, the fact that you are means that you love, because that is the definition of the natural benevolence of the universe. Absolute prosperity, eternal love, nature. It's always successful. Everything in nature is successful. And as a part of nature, naturally, you succeed. Because growth, development, harmony, it is the conscious nature of the universe. And by the very fact that you exist, you love. Because loving is being and being is loving. This is the way. The way of love. This is the way of love. This is the way of love, the way. This is the way of love. To love is to be, and to be is to love, and to love is to be, and to be is to love, and being and loving is being, and loving is being, and being is loving. To be is to love, and to love is to be. I love, therefore I am. I am, therefore I love. This is the way of love. Alright, you guys, now that we've established that fundamental metaphysical notion of the universe, we're gonna smoke a little bit of marijuana. Alright, we've got some good bud here on the episode today. We're accompanied by a marvelous illustration here of some Critical Role lo-fi music. Oh my gosh. Is this Pumatso? This is like a dark elf type guy, but he's got like this pink nose and like ears. He might be Pumatso. No ways this is Pumatso. Hey guys, there's like this elven character in this lo-fi scene. He's sitting with his legs crossed, drinking tea, and there's a log in front of him, and he's using his magic to cast and grow different arrays of foliage on this log, and he's just sipping his tea. If you guys know who this character is, please tell me, because I'm not aware of or familiar with him. But I get the feeling he might be Pumatso. It's a very gorgeous illustration, by the way. I hope you guys have been enjoying the little added fun I've been having with some green screen VFX effects. It's always fun to do that. This episode, I don't know if I'm gonna go too crazy with all the VFX and effects stuff, you know? I felt like doing that in the previous episode to be a little bit creative, but, you know, there's a lot to be said for organic presentation. Behold thine bud! Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. That's what happens when you clean your bong out with your fingers. You get frickin' black fingernails like that. I need to invest in a pipe cleaner or something. Bum, bum, bum. Bud. This is very thick vegetative high-grade sativa, and it is a gorgeous mind high. For someone like me with ADD who has a very active mind, I consider this way fucking better than Ritalin. Just saying. If your parents let you do Ritalin, forgive them. They didn't know any better. Okay? But also, stay away from that stuff. It's very bad. I'm not going to avidly promote the ingestion of marijuana for underage people, but if you are within your means and in the appropriate mental state to medicinally ingest THC, and as opposed to Ritalin or any other medication for ADD, then go for it. And if you can, get a prescription for it as well, because it's just a lot better than that stuff. Sincerely speaking, as someone who's been on that from experience, it's just, I would recommend a little bit of bud. It doesn't even have to be pure THC. You can get CBD oil, and it's just a healthier alternative, I'd say. 33 minutes and 33 seconds into Tyron's garage. I have to get that time signature. I just have to. It makes me feel so good, it does. It really freaking does. It's almost like numerical OCD. I don't know what's up with that. But let's do it up. Alright guys, as always, we're gonna have the tip. A little bit of a binging with Bubbage cross section here. Oh. Oh. Oh, Mary. Oh, Mary, I do love the way you smell, Mary. You smell like spring and autumn all rolled into one, Mary. I do so love you, Mrs. Jane. Miss Mary Jane. Oh, I love you so much. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today, Miss Mary Jane. Miss Mary Jane and Poppy chilling with us here on the show. And we're having ourselves a damn good time. I wanted to share with you guys some of the more multi-dimensional metaphysically inclined work that I do that does actually involve quantum sublimation and quantum entanglement, healing and teleportation and time travel, like all of this magnificent, miraculous stuff occurring, but within very practical means, That is to say, I'm perfectly capable of providing metaphysical mind treatment for those of you interested. The universal medium does transcend location and space-time distances, which means that by virtue of quantum entanglement, I can connect with you and allow cosmic energy to be channeled through you, or facilitate that within you, regardless of where you are in the world. All you have to do is connect with me in whatever form. Email, WhatsApp, call me, Zoom, and we'll sit, and what I'll do is I'll ask you what your name is or your nickname. I'll hone in on that unique frequency, and then we can open that portal to cosmic energy within your heart, and let that sublime light shine through you and treat and aid parts of your life that need it. Dissolve away all unwanted thought patterns and replace them with positive new thought patterns that are aimed at, directed towards the ideal fruition and manifestation of your deepest desires. If that's something you want, you know where to contact me. The link to the website is in the description of every video on this channel. In addition to some courses I have, check out Dynamic Meditation if you want specialized meditation techniques. And as always, I'm willing to provide custom, personalized content for people who are willing to engage with me directly in counseling sessions. If that's something you want, I'm more than able to provide you with that. However, if there is anything else in particular you'd like me to discuss, and maybe don't feel like getting directly in contact with me, comments in the comment section below, you guys. Any freaking questions you have, I will sit down and make a video and answer your freaking comments in a video. And I'll freaking heart the little thingy, and I'll type a little reply, and because I really appreciate engagement on this channel. It's always nice to see. That's right, Ezra. That's right, Spacebug. That's right, Doops Closet. I see you guys. Thank you. I really appreciate just being able to engage with you guys on the comments and stuff in the video. And for anybody new who comes to the channel, they see that, and it immediately sparks interest and curiosity as to what's going on in the show, so that's great. Bud, let's do it up then, shall we? Oh, I'll pack a pipe as well. I burned through my freaking OCB bamboo rolling paper like it was nothing, son. I gotta buy in bulk. When it comes to rolling papers, I rarely gotta buy in bulk, because between like tobacco rollies and just weed in general, I roll a lot. I roll. I'm not gonna toot my own horn here, but I consider myself rather adept at the art of rolling a blunt. Okay, I can roll you a joint. I can roll you a spliff. I can roll you a doobie. I can roll you a blunt. I can roll you a backwards. You know what I'm saying? I can roll you a fatty, a baseball bat, or a pencil. See, you come to me to roll your joint. I'm gonna ask for personal preference. I'm going to deliver on that, son. That being said, I smoked all of my house bay. I smoked it all last adopted, and now I'm fucking using the Gandalf pipe, but that's alright, because it makes me feel like I'm in 1800s England and Sherlock Holmes is just around the corner. Now I'm going to help him solve his crimes by giving him the fundamental clue to the mystery. Oi, Sherlock! Oi, Sherlock! It's fucking Moriarty. Moriarty done did it. He's over there. Go get his ass. Watson, you bastard. Write this down. Sometimes yeah. Intuitive extrasensory perception occurs as a result of a telepathic response between the conscious mind and eternal cosmic consciousness within for the manifestation of prosperity in all aspects of one's being. It could be called unconscious synchronicity manipulation, but basically what it is, it's when your personal harmonic resonance is in complete synergy with the power and presence of eternal cosmic consciousness within, and you make contact, experience, and synthesize with eternal cosmic consciousness within, and boom, you begin to attract and manifest the most prosperous and beneficial circumstances in your life, and see your dreams, your best dreams, come true. It's that inner guidance. It's that cosmic intuition that allows you to take a back seat and let your true self guide you, while your intellect just rests and enjoys the ride. Intuitive extrasensory perception, or IESP, occurs as a result of a telepathic response between the conscious mind and eternal cosmic consciousness within. And it occurs as a result of prolonged meditational practices. It develops naturally over time, the more you practice meditation. And you'll begin to see it in the form of the most happy, positive, prosperous synchronicities in your life, to the point where everything just feels harmonious and you can just relax and be secure, enjoy jubilation and rapture. I do love a cardigan. You know, being someone in my field, there's something to be said for shoulder patches, tweed, and cardigans. You also really you just gotta have this weird ass professor hair. It's just part of the package, son. So it's what you paid for. You asked for a metaphysical practitioner who has a PhD in philosophy, specializing in metaphysical counseling. And this is what you got. Beg your pardon, Poppy. Don't mean to reach over you, so... Right. For those of you out there in the world who have a blunt rolled or a bong pet, join me, because I'm gonna smoke up real good right now. I'm not even joking. I think I'm gonna have I'm feeling 2 bowls today, and then I just might hit a couple of pipes. But I want to get very, very fucking high right now, because I have a whole bunch of sugar cereal. And what other... those are not the most altruistic ideals for getting high, to be honest. I have a lot of sugar cereal. Now, I'm in the mood to just sort of kick back today. And we've started with the sacred geometry portion of Project Alpha and the correlations that connect that to LSD, psilocybin, and THC. And we're going to be moving into the endocrine system as it pertains to that as well, which is going to be very interesting. Let's begin then, shall we? Woo! Ah, that was amazing. Again. I've learned that I really like to talk a big ass game before I smoke, and after I smoke is a completely different story. Like before this, I was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna have 2 bowls and just smoke a whole bunch. I fucking took one pull. I just had 1 bowl of this. This really fucking good weed, this sativa, provided to me by Mark, my Illuminati whiz dealer. I took 1 pull of this, and I'm fucking over the moon, son. I'm like in space. I'm goofed right now, and I'm enjoying it. Oh, that smells so good. Whoa. Look at that. Huh. Phone cameras have a way of capturing arcane emanation. And if you look at the symbols on my hands, you should be able to see a faint vibration around them, indicating that they're magically charged. I've done this before when I've put talismans. I've put talismans that I've inscribed up to the camera and noticed the same emanations. Would you like to see a magical talisman of mine? It's Very potent. I'll put a little warning here. Alright, you guys, for those of you who are a bit sensitive to the occult, I would suggest leaving the video now. However, for those of you who would like to see some really cool occult symbols applied on a talisman for magical properties, stay tuned. I'm going to show you one talisman, a luck talisman. This is a luck talisman that I inscribed on the, I believe it was the first hour of Sunday. Yes, remember what I said about Sol, the sun, and Tifereth? So yeah, it was the first hour of Sunday, and the ritual intention of this particular talisman is luck. Yeah. Have a look and see. I'm sure you guys can pick up those arcane emanations. This is a very potent prayer, the invocation of the ineffable name. And that number is the numerical root for luck. Some numerology in there and some seraphim magic, Kabbalistic in nature. You'll notice that the talisman is green to correspond with the heart chakra. Inscribed on the other side here, we have the planetary spirit for the sun on top there. I think it's Ok. I think that's what it is, Ok. At the bottom you have Sol, also indicative of the sun or gold. There in the middle this is a Viking rune. That is the Viking rune for luck. And inscribed across the center there is, I believe, the phrase Tifereth in Hebrew, and then converted to the Alpha, Beta, Shel, Metatron. That is the alphabet of the Archangel Metatron, the Alpha, Beta, Shel, Metatron. And that's what's inscribed on the other side of this particular luck talisman. It's a very, very potent invocation, done within the Kabbalistic cross on the first hour of Sunday. I also wore green robes during the ceremony and uttered some very sacred sanctification incantations. And now, because everybody who watched this, and now anybody who's watched this and seen this is subject to its effects, which means that because I gave you the option at the beginning of this whether or not you wanted to look at it, whether or not you decided to stay, in the event that you did, you are now fortunate enough to be participating in a very strong wavelength of the archetypal frequency of luck, good fortune, well-being, and the manifestation of synchronicity in your life. That's a very archetypal invocation, so it taps the collective consciousness. However, through deep meditation, you'll find that the awareness of cosmic consciousness within aligns and harmonizes the spiritual or cosmic conscious with the collective consciousness, archetypal realm, into the astral subconscious mind, and then obviously the physical conscious realm. The virtue of deep meditation is that it provides one an absolute reference point of infinite and eternal positive creative energy upon which one's identity is founded for the manifestation of prosperity in all aspects of one's being. and that is practically applicable in one's daily life, especially when interacting or invoking such archetypal forces as we have done now. That's a little bit of high talismanic magic for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I love talismanic magic, you guys. I'm a writer, and I've always been fascinated by glyphs, sigils, symbols, seals of various arcane natures, and with numerous what's the word I'm looking for? Numerous linguistic and phonetic origins. Yeah. Very, very interesting thing about Phoenicians, the Phoenicians of Sumer, I believe, or in that particular era, and the Egyptians of Kem, is that era is very, very interesting because, well, as I'm sure you're aware, and as I have mentioned before, Egypt and Sumeria's civilizations began completely intact, which means they just started. Full language, full culture, full civilization just started. Sumeria and in ancient Egypt, Kem. And that's very, very interesting because that was around the time the Atlanteans of the Nakal Brotherhood had established the Tut Brotherhood in Egypt, and I'm pretty sure there was a Nephilim equivalent in Sumer, or an Anunnaki equivalent in Sumer. By the way, the term Nephilim and Anunnaki are similar. I mean, it's like saying Naburu or Marduk. You know, it's the same lines, I believe. But yeah. So yeah, Sumerian culture, particularly Anunnaki Nephilim base, and the Phoenicians had a lot to do with what? Phonetics, the pronunciation of words. Phoenicians. Phonetics, the origin of phonetic language, communicating something written down with words. And then ancient Egypt, Kem, you have, it's influenced by obviously the Syrians. It's more Syrian-based civilization. So the Sumerians, obviously Anunnaki, Nephilim, and then the Egyptians more based in the Sirius high vibrational. I believe they were fourth density at the time. Fourth density high vibrational light beings. And obviously Ra, which is a collective, and for those of you who've read The Law of One. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, ancient Egypt has the origins of written language in hieroglyphics as presided over by Thoth, who, by the way, is Chekutet Armelek Volmatis. Chekutet Armelek Volmatis. I believe Chekutet Armelek Volmatis is Thoth's Atlantean name, and if you know about the Tree of Life, you know that each Sephiroth of the Tree of Life basically marked certain points of the island of Atlantis in which frequencies of cultural civilization emanated. And one of the very interesting things about Thoth, and I believe his dad Thom, and his mother Sekutet, is that they presided, well, Thoth specifically, I know that Thoth presides over the Tifereth. Well, he did provide over the Tifereth Sephiroth. He then translated into the key to Tephiroth in Egypt when Osiris, I believe, became the heart center. archetype in that particular era. But yeah, for a very long time, Toth was the heart center guy. And what's interesting about the heart center is it's all about magic and light, and the fact that in the very higher vibrational Atlantean era, Toth the magician, and yeah, that's just conjuration, teleportation, materialization, all of it, but naturally and effortlessly. You guys should read the Emerald Tablets of Thoth if you want to. And there's a particular chapter on magic, I believe, and his encounters with the dwellers of Udal, which I believe are the original 6 Nephilim who formed the consciousnesses of the original 6 Nephilim or Anunnaki who formed the womb or ovum or flower of life prana thingy in the halls of the Menti. Anyway, I've diverged so far off topic. The point I'm trying to make here is the very interesting thing about language and how oh bloody hell, how Thoth and how Egypt and Sumeria combined came up with written and spoken. The written and spoken word. Egypt, particularly the written word. So you have that, and then in Sumeria you have OCB, and together you have OCB, and the combination of that. Because you must understand, in Atlantis, there's no need for language. Pre-catastrophe, it's all telepathic, brother. It's all empathic as well, and we're fortunately in the age of Aquarius now, where people are very, 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 very telepathically inclined, and there's just more increased cases of people being able to communicate empathically and telepathically with each other now. However, in the age of Atlantis, that's just the normal thing. So you need to understand, post-catastrophe, language had to be established. And I find that fucking fascinating. And if you think about the epicenter of the catastrophe, it's significant that Egypt and... How do I say this? So you have Sumeria, you have Egypt, right? Sumeria's the mom, and then Egypt's the dad, and then where's the child? You guys? Well, that's going to be the East. That's going to be around ancient, that's Asia, that's Thailand, that's Tibet specifically. That's the child energy. And what's very interesting about the sacred sites of the world is, like, there are physical temples in Sumeria, physical temples in Egypt, and also egregorical counterparts. But if you go to Tibet, the sacred sites are egregorical in nature specifically. That means they reside specifically in the astral dimension, and that's so very, very interesting when it comes to the notion of vibration and visualization and imagination regarding the connection it has to language and vibration. Yes, so yes, Tibet, ancient China, that's more of like the child energy of the establishment, the re-establishment of civilization, and then Egypt's the dad, Sumeria's the mom. Nowadays, it's just androgynous, bruh. Age of Aquarius, that's what's up. However, that sort of pretense needed to be established back then. Anyway, what's interesting about the East, in particular, is that the language already has the synergy, the combination of written and phonetic language in place in such a very interesting way, because if you look at the Taoist priests and that particular branch of talismanic magic, because yes, now what I've mentioned does hearken to Egyptian and Kabbalistic talismanic magic. However, in relation to ancient China, Taoist talismans are fascinating because they're each gesture, each motion is an invocation and a vibration of a specific fundamental frequency that is significant to the function of the universe. And if I lean more into Om Shanti and vibrational aspects of chanting and yoga, and I go Om, Om, Aum, Aum, Om, Namaste. The point I'm making with that is that sound is the initial vibration. That's mother, father, child. That's the synergy of that is unity consciousness. Look, I hate to be this guy, but it does say, look, okay, I'm not going to reference that, but it's the initial vibration, all right? And when you understand vibration, you understand that it's conscious light, and we've established this anyway. When it comes to talismanic magic, specifically in ancient China, in the East, the inscription of these vibrations have direct correlation with these creation sounds. Every symbol, every motion, every expression, everything that's inscribed is in direct correlation with the vibration that has a archetypal significance and correlation to it. And it's deeply shamanic, and I love it. Also, it's very fascinating to see that in Taoist talismanic magic, it's all the talismans are always inscribed from the top down, and that links to the synergy of cosmic consciousness with the conscious mind within, which I love so much. Anyway, I'm going to be putting up this image, which gives you the elements of Taoist talismanic magic. And I'm going to be putting up this image, which shows you various characters you can use in Taoist talismanic magic. With the illustration of these characters and their connection in a specific style of your choosing, and their activation with a particular hand seal and or invocation of any celestial immortal of the Jade Empire that you feel is appropriate, you can use Taoist talismanic magic magically in your life. However, I must specify that you observe a courteous nature in the company of the celestial immortals of the Jade Empire. That's all I'm gonna say on that. But for those of you who have any interactions with higher vibrational beings of the Fey courts, you know that a certain degree of sincere and polite, genuine demeanor brings about satisfactory results. However, it seems that is not necessarily worth mentioning to this audience. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much. I've enjoyed myself thoroughly. It is 11 minutes. We're 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds into the show. Oh, I got it. We got a 111. We got a 11111. That's brilliant. And now I'm skipping this because vegan stuff, guys. I'm thinking about making the switch, guys. I don't know if I can make the switch though. I went to Woolworths the other day and I saw an entire shelf filled with meat, and it was all alternative vegan soy stuff. And I thought to myself, if this is available, if this is here as an option, then why am I not already doing this? You know, I'm considering it, but at the same time, I don't want to be that freaking guy who's just like, oh, I'm vegan, and then I tell you I'm vegan, and it's some weird fucking thing that I'm doing to make me feel better, and I don't want to do that, you know. And also, bacon smells fucking great. Bacon smells amazing. And I know talking about halal and kosher is a thing, and I need to. I tend to observe as much as possible. However, meat, you guys. Look at those. Anyway, I'm gonna talk up a little, and we're going to make our little departure from this episode, but don't worry, there's going to be another one. You can find me there, and at the end of this video, there are going to be two little things that show up, talking about other videos that are on here. You can go on a whole little binge if you like, because binging is the Bondicty son, and I like it. And if you have anything that you would like me to binge, let me know. I'm pretty much filling up the entire. There's like a memory card specifically in this phone for filming. It's like 16 gigs or something. I'm filling it. I'm filling its whole ass. I'm gonna be talking until the card is full. There's 16 gigs of me just fucking doing this show, and I'm gonna fucking turn it into something else better and more. I don't know why I'm doing that. Anyway, yeah, I'll just make it more than I have to transmute, alchemize the active pastoral and the neutral. Oh yeah, by the way, Kem, ancient Egypt, Thoth, he didn't just originate written language, what's the word? He didn't just found hieroglyphs written language, he also founded alchemy. If you know that ancient Egypt is Kem, then alchemy comes from the root word Kem of ancient Egypt, devised by Thoth, and the great work of alchemy is basically a means to transmute sort of external materials into gold, and see the correspondence, the symbolic and cosmological correspondences within that, to then be able to achieve or attain a transformative mystical experience that makes one aware of the true self as the power and presence of eternal cosmic consciousness within, thus becoming aware of eternity, the ever-blooming flower of green, white, and gold light within the heart center, as perceived through the third eye in deep meditation, as meditation is to you, though. The great work, the great alchemical work. But yeah, you can also take cinnabar and a little bit of beach sand and clear water and mercury and apply a certain degree of heat under very unique circumstances and see that mercury turn to gold. If you want, you can do that, but do it discreetly. Do it very fucking discreetly and tell nobody that you're doing it. Because if you're walking around with a bunch of cinnabar that you can use to turn a little bit of mercury into a whole lot of gold, a few ounces, then it can be a lot. However, I don't necessarily practice alchemy in the chemical or the chemical sense. I mean, I suppose I do. I'm more partial to spiritual alchemy, inner alchemy, and the virtue to be gleaned from the practice of like chemical alchemy itself. For me, is that what insights it provides regarding transcendence or enlightenment as a metaphysical practitioner. However, it's a fascinating field indeed. And if anybody out there knows any alchemists, hook me up, because I just like the notion of transmutation in general. I feel like it's fascinating. Transmutation. That's our unique word for the day, you guys, for the Chappy Chat. It's transmutation. I'm not even going to describe it or define it or anything. I like it. Transmutation. Feels good in my mouth. Transmutation. I had a day once when I was jamming at my friend Jonathan's house many years ago in the studio, and we like to make music and make serious rock music and sit and write lyrics and do what is required of a musician in that particular professional setting. However, on this particular day, the words quantum entanglement were just ringing in my head, and I spent the whole session just making music about quantum entanglement. Ooh, quantum entanglement. Ooh, quantum entanglement. Ooh. Yeah. Isotropic vector matrix, quantum entanglement. Ooh, quantum entanglement. Ooh. Got the vector equilibrium in the cube octahedron formed by merging two isotropic vector matrices, and then all of a sudden you got quantum entanglement. Ooh, quantum entanglement. Ooh. What was the other one? High metabolic rate. Yeah. High metabolic rate, quantum entanglement. Ooh, quantum entanglement. Ooh, high metabolic rate, quantum entanglement. Ooh, quantum entanglement. Ooh. It's a song I made in my head to basically clarify that, the fact that you're a psychophysical unit means that you can channel cosmic energy or prana into your body, and it induces a high metabolic rate, which basically reverses aging and gives you those healthy telomeres. Yeah, I like to make little things that remind me of the things because I need it in my life. These videos are that, and little songs and notes and pictures and art inspiration can find you anywhere. Anyway. High metabolic rate, quantum entanglement, ooh, quantum entanglement, ooh, high metabolic rate, quantum entanglement, ooh, quantum entanglement, ooh, high metabolic rate, quantum entanglement, ooh, quantum entanglement, ooh, high metabolic rate, quantum entanglement, ooh, quantum entanglement, ooh. Anyway, oh, oh God, good, yes. Hey, we have fun, you guys. This is great. Oh, laughter truly is the best medicine, I must say. Oh. Hey, you guys, I was thinking about a new idea for a brand new book. I came up with an idea for a new book and I want to share it with you right now. It's going to be about the concept for a completely new book, and bear in mind, this is probably going to only drop late next year, but I want to write about the currency of the universe and what the idea of a cosmic economy is when you understand that eternal love is a universal frequency that is self-perpetuating, and that the more you give, the more you have. And from a universal perspective, in a reality where planet Earth is established within a galactic community and society, how emotion and thought and love is the currency, because in that higher vibrational state, you're in such clear harmony with your desires and intention for beings. Everybody's already beyond and transcending the notion of an existential state of being or self-actualization, to the point where it becomes more pertinent to fulfill one's inner desire or reason for incarnating and being in that particular vibration of state of existence. And in that particular instance, what matters is love. The acting from that source of eternal love within, and understanding that source of eternal love within you is your means, and you have an eternal amount within that state, and it's simply your unique expression, the manner in which you act from love, that determines the prosperous reality that you elect to reside in. The notion of the currency of the universe, of a cosmic economy, as love, as acting from love, and understanding that it is a self-perpetuating frequency. The more you give, the more you have. Eternal love is absolute. You have an eternal amount of love to give. It's just how you choose to give it in that state that determines how it perpetuates and manifests creatively. Wow. think we've just tapped into something unique, and I'm not sure how much of what I just said was actually audible. I need to rewatch this and write it down. The fact that it's in this video means it's my IP, and I'm willing to share all this information with people who are willing to contribute to the work, or at least have any unique insights to share regarding this. Because obviously, it's relevant to everybody. It's applicable, and it describes the notion of something I might regard as utopian. Metaphysics is inherently a branch of philosophy. However, I believe that it is a field, forgive my pointing, metaphysics is a branch of philosophy. However, it is my personal, experiential, and academic and rather informed opinion that it is a field all its own that should be that speaks for itself and should be regarded as such. Although a branch of philosophy, it is metaphysics all its own. Hey guys, check it out. I found a Why, hello there, and welcome to this fabulous edition of Tyron's Garage. Today, I'm going to be taking these 3 Swedish fish and turning them into something more than they could ever hoped to be. Mprabdi Sadi! Oh my god, you guys, this is great. We've got an entire tray of sushi here. I've just had a very lovely bit of self-care, you know. And I'm just gonna chill. Got my nails did, and I got myself a mani-pedi. This is doused in wasabi, and that makes me very, very happy. Well, I'm going to give craft service my compliments and just continue filming. Alright, you guys, this has been a wonderful day on set, and I'm going to see you guys at the next one. Bye bye for now. Love yourselves.